So, good morning. How are you doing? Me again. I'm here getting ready to start my day. Um, so I'm gonna kind of walk and talk while I'm getting ready for work. It's Saturday morning. Much needed day of rest. Well, the rest of you guys are enjoying your day off. I gotta work. So I was up this morning, and I was talking to my girlfriend, and we were talking about relationships and communication. So I thought that would be a good topic to talk about communication. My insight and my feelings, a lot of people interpret communicating with your significant other or friend or husband or wife is a very key. And when we first get together, when we first meet, and we start this thing, this relationship, love relationship. You have that person's attention. You have that person's undivided attention. So communication is not that big of an issue, because your attention is on getting to learn that person, getting to know that person when you first meet, when you first get into when you guys first get together. So at that period, that point, communication is not an issue. Now, as time go on and the relationship starts building, starts getting defined, and you guys been around each other, somewhere, in some shape or form, you guys start communicating. Why is that? Why do couples stop communicating? And it's usually subtle. It usually starts with something very small. It usually starts with, again, my mind is as I'm putting this out on a video, my mind is going to be a little bit all over the place, so kind of bear with me. 70 to 80% of a relationship, ladies and gentlemen, is nonverbal. Okay? So the rest of the relationship is things that you don't say, things that you don't speak. Okay? So going through your relationship, stuff you're not saying to each other. So to communicate, a lot of stuff is nonverbal. So back to the topic again, communication. So you're with somebody or whatever, and time goes on, and you guys stop communicating. Issues come up, and you put it on the back burner, or you for each thing that you put on the back burner, or for each thing that you don't speak about or don't communicate about, that's built up issues or problems or frustrations. Things that could turn into frustrations, things that could turn up to very heated topics and arguments and potential arguments in the future. So I see all the time with these younger couples, younger relationships, these guys, they get together, especially in the military. Young guys, they marry so young, 21, 22, because they want to get out of the barracks. So they run off and they get married to somebody, and you got two young, immature, inexperienced people get together that never lived together before, that never really shared a relationship or shared a living space other than with mommy and daddy, and then they try to coexist together as an adult in society with, now a spouse. So I see it all the time. These guys, they come home from work, and they jump on the Xbox, they jump on the video games, and they disconnect themselves from the family. You got a family now. You got a wife. Yeah, you might not have kids, or some of them do have kids, but now you have a family that you have to share your time with. And a lot of these guys are not ready for that type of responsibility, that type of relationship. They want the freedom, they want the house, they want this, they want that, the other, but they don't want the other stuff that comes along with it. No, it doesn't work that way, buddy. You have a family, and you have an obligation to your significant other, your spouse, your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. When you cohabitate or live with somebody, you have a responsibility to them. So again, on communicating, for each time that you have an issue and you don't talk about it, it is just potential topics or issues that's going to be brought about later on in argument. So for a lot of you females, you guys that have issues in your relationship pertaining to your significant other, is always because of communicating. Us guys, we're simple creatures. We can't read minds. I can't read your mind, you can't read my mind, and without communicating what your problem is, we can't fix the problem if you don't talk about it. So I come to you, babe, what's wrong? Of course, young guys won't ask that, because at that point they really don't. They're trying to be their own individual. They try to be their own man, and right now their focus is on that video game, getting on to that next level of that video game. So you might not care too much. So that spouse, that girlfriend, that wife, she's walking around the house, she's frustrated, she's pissed off or whatever, and instead of talk about it, hey, hun, this and this is the issue, and we need to work on whatever the problem is so we can work it out. Sit down and talk about it so we can work it out. So for each time that doesn't happen, it's a built up. It's something that gets put on the back burner. It's something that keeps getting build up higher and higher, to the point that when you do argue, it's a big, it's a combination of past issues and current issues that gets thrown all in the mix to be exploded into a big argument. So, where am I going with this? Communicating, being able to sit down and talk to your partner and talk about issues that are bothering you. Talk about issues that are, whether it be small, whether it be big. Be able to communicate with your partner, sit down and talk, civil, before it becomes a big issue. Relationship is a two-way street. It's a lot of compromise. It's a lot of give and take. It's something that you got to work at. You can't just once you get together, once you meet somebody, once you in a relationship, the things that you took to get there, you have to take to keep it. So it's a give or take. It takes work. It takes a lot of compromising. It takes a lot of finesse. You can't just go in every situation guns blazing. And again, I can't stress to a lot of you females that us guys are very simple creatures. If you don't say and let him know what is on your mind. We're just going to keep on going what we're doing. We're just going to keep on, just going to assume that, hey, everything is okay. Because a lot of guys, they don't take the time to pay attention to their girls' body language. Like I said, again, 70 to 80% of relationship communicating is nonverbal. So that's in the body language. As guys, a lot of guys, they're simple, so they don't pay attention to your body language. They don't pay attention to, okay, she's acting this way. Obviously, something's bothering her. Let me ask her what's wrong. Or some guys do, and you get the, oh, I'm fine kind of answer, So, when a guy takes time to ask that, females, you need to give him that answer. Oh, it's fine, and when it's not, it's the wrong answer, So, communicate. Communication is a key, and us guys are simple creatures. We can't read minds. We're not mind readers. So you have to verbalize or vocalize what is bothering you. When stuff bothers me, which I don't argue much, so I have an issue, I usually bring it up right away. I'm kind of different from most guys. I tend to vocalize what my problem, my issue is a lot louder than most guys do. And it's up to that person who I'm with to be actually pay attention or listen to what's being said, And like I say, it's a two-way street, I put out, I vocalize, I interpret, I put out there, and we both come together, we sit down, we talk, and we compromise, and we work through issues, and that's how it should be in a relationship. At no time should it be a one-way street where where I am putting out and the person is just like, okay, whatever, and it's vice versa. That's not how you're going to work things out in a relationship, and that's not how a relationship is going to last, if it's just all one way, one-sided, So, that's all I have in my mind right this second. I just felt I had to put it on video, because it was a pretty nice discussion with my girlfriend this morning about communication and about actually talking to your significant other, because she said she's talked to her sister in the past, and she's had issues with her boyfriend or husband, and about talking to him and all that. And the same thing, my sister, she's had issues with her boyfriend and on communicating and all that. And like I said, us guys are very simple creatures. You have to vocalize your what issues that are bothering you. We are not mind readers, and we're not, we're going to assume that everything is okay when it's not, so you gotta let us know. You gotta speak up. You speak up about everything, so why not about topics like what's bothering you, So have a good day. I'm about to get dressed so I could go to work and hit the ground running, like we do in the military. Peace out.